How you doing? All right. Right. So, Revell blind TU-22B, the after build video. Couple of TU-22B blinder 1 in 72 from Revell, 54.1 centimeters long and 32.7 centimeters wide. I'm doing that because box is down there. Now, in the pre-build video, I was shouting out one time that I hope that it's like one of Revell's hidden gems, and you know, compared it to like the Arado. And by the way, if I swear on this video, I'm gonna have to beep it out because you know, for fuck's sake. Right, so hidden gem. Is it an hidden gem? No, it's not by any stretch. Revell for some reason have said that this is a level 4 kit, and it most definitely is not a level 4 kit. I don't know where Revell get the numbers from. It's like they're just pulling them out of thin air, you know. Who decides this? Who decides numbers? Because the Tornadoes that I build, the Revell Tornadoes, like the Farewell and, you know, the ADV, they're level 5. And for Christ's sake, this has never been a level 4. This is a level 1, 2 at the absolute best. It's a big old bird, don't get me wrong, right? I've plonked it here in front. It's enormous. That when you're reading it, oh, it's 54 centimeters long. It is. It's absolutely enormous. It's massive. But same as what I said on other video, it's a big kit, but because the detail is just so small, office detail, boring, bland, very, very bland, very boring. And because of the way canopy is, and again I said it, I'm gonna have to stop saying that, aren't I? Watch the other video first, right? But the office, full glass, full clear plastic, and then 95% of it is painted, so you can't really see in it anyway. Okay. So, do you know what I mean? It was like, oh my God, here we go. But I don't want to sound ungrateful, because any kit that I can get my hands on at the minute is like a Billy bonus. It just is. All right. So I appreciated getting the kit for what I paid for it. And it kept me busy for 3 days. And that were even 3 extensive days at that. That were like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 hours here, 2 or 3 hours there. It just no great shakes. Not at all. Eyes on. Blinder. So we started in office with some instrument panels and some seats. And again, for what you can see, there's absolutely no point detailing inside of there because you just can't see it. Now, you do get some model builders, and I've done it myself in past, saying, yeah, but if you do it, you know it's there, and I get that. But that's not for me. All right. You can't see it, so I'm not going to go into any great detailing. So your 3 seats, again, no sort of no seat belts, no harnesses, and you know, no seat cushions, no really. That was just left sort of as it. I've painted it obviously, but you know, I didn't add any more detail onto it. And then you get your 2 sides at front nose, front cockpit section, 10 grams of weight. I put some blue tack in, and I've got some steel ball bearings. My dad bought my lad a catapult. Thanks for that, father. With some steel ball bearings. I mean, what do you want? Let's go and smash some greenhouse glass. Sting. So, but I confiscated them off him because he's 9. He's like Dennis the Menace. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, I'm not doing that. And I now use them for nose weights because they're quite hefty. And down at front of me, I've got some cheat sheets. just so that I remember what I'm talking about. And then after you put that front end together, then there's a bit of a belly section and then nose section, stick your weight in, and then it is literally 2 halves of wings, 2 halves of rears, 2 sides of engine with a little bit on the inside. The rudder section is part of the body anyway. The body goes together. The nose, butt fit. I was so like, I can remember the other one. I was like, please don't be a butt fit. And when I looked at it, I thought, oh, actually, it's not. There is a little bit of a mechanism here to joint up. Wrong. No, there ain't. It's a butt fit. It's pants. So unless you've got, well, I use that Tamiya White cement, and luckily that sort of held it together. That were all okay. Once you've built it, you're on to paint job. Now, I have seen this bird in camo, and I said previously that there's nothing that sort of ignited me into thinking, God, above, that's brilliant. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So I've ended up going with the aluminium version. Now, aluminium paints and steel paints, metallic paints in general through an airbrush can prove to be a little bit tricky, unless you get certain brands where the pigment is so fine that actually they're airbrush friendly, and I just ain't got none. So you can see it's like a metallic bird, and it has got some white points on it, and it's got, so I've put a couple of sort of shaded panels on it with a bit of Vallejo gunmetal, but I've got to say here and now, I cheated. It's as simple as that. The main body was painted in X1 Tamiya black, but then this is going to be back to front. That's it. That's a high coat rattle can. Rattle can? Are you, what? Mark's rattle canning? I did. Sorry. It's just how it is. That's a high coat. I paid about $4.99 for that from the range, and it's a double acrylic Vauxhall Star Silver. Yeah, because that's about as close as it gets. All right. So it's a simple design, cheated with paint job, butt fit, rattle can, bland office. The engines, well, I'm going to say that they were boring as well. I ended up adding some ad hoc decals just outside from the flogger kit, actually, that I built a couple of months since. Obviously, I wanted to stick with Russian sort of literature on that. I didn't want, danger, hot exhaust in red American. You can't do that, can you? So stuck a couple of decals on side just to make it interesting, because the actual decal count for the kit, there's you see Dragonaut nose, excuse me, there's one on either side, that's 2. Stars on wings, 3, 4. Stars on tail, 5, 6. 2 stars underneath, 7, 8. 2 number 19s, 10, 11. And that's it. I even added I don't know if you can see it, I'm going to point to it there. I even added a 5 over 50 just to try and get a little bit. Okay. History of the bird. I did read it, and I read all about the sort of Libyan bits and the Soviet bits and the Iraqi bits, but the thing that caught my eye was how big it was, and sort of like the speed it went to, how much it weighed, and what that meant to the runways. Because let me just have a look here. So your basic empty weight, 46.5 ton, and then your max takeoff weight, so when it were full of fuel and bombs, 92 ton. That's more than double, obviously. It has 2 massive engines stuck to the side of it. It could armament. It says 1 remote controlled Mulderlam Richter NR23 cannon in the tail, turret, 24 FAB free fall bombs. I mean, free fall bombs. Or 1 FAB 9000. That's obviously a or nuclear bomb. Boom, destroyed in seconds. or one CH-22 air-to-ground missile. This thing, you know, you could have got out and pushed it at what speed that it went. So to send that massive 92-ton bird up with a crew of 3 to drop one air-to-ground missile, what on earth? Bearing in mind, you know, that actually it was designed in the 60s when, you know, East versus West and everybody had the knickers in a twist and one thing and another, and it's not the same anymore. Certainly not to the extent it was then. But to send that up with one sort of air to surface is just beggars belief. But the one thing that did catch my eye was, it says here, and I'm reading it off the book, an excessive landing speed and landing gear that tore up the landing strip and gave rise to some spectacular accidents. And despite the high maintenance cost and inadequate engine performance, the TU-22 was upgraded many times and remained in service with the Soviet Air Force for over 30 years. Christ almighty. Moving on. So once you've basically stuck all them bits together and you've decided whether you're going wheels up or wheels down and a little bit of nose weight and chucked engines on the side, undercarriage then, if you're going wheels down, undercarriage, very, very brittle. And the marriage points, the locating points, it is a hole, but it's like a recess. And again, really, really brittle. You've got to be careful with that. Okay. What else have I got? Because of the length of the undercarriage, she's not steady on her feet. I have super glued it in, and I just, you know, when I pick it up now, I'm like that, because you have to be ever so careful. Okay. What else have I got? Right. It seems I've sort of written Revell, they've just tried to add with this kit, especially on saying, you know, it's a level 4, and it's not a level 4, not by any stretch. Okay. It's not the best. There's better. Okay. For the money, if you look on eBay for this kit, I'm really sorry, Fraser, but it can go for 50 quid. And is it worth 50 quid? Definitely not. This kit, even though it's old, I would personally bracket in the sort of 20 to 25 pound range. I certainly won't put it any more than 25 quid. Definitely not. So would I build it again? No, definitely not. Like I say, it took me 3 days to knock this up. And 3 not extensive days, 3 just short days. Can I correct the kit? This kit has got more seam lines on it than, you know, double tool factory. Every single thing has got a seam line on it. Your 2 halves, seam line. Your 2 nose halves, seam line. Your nose to fuselage, seam line. Your wings, seam line. Engines, seam line. This is top and bottom. Don't forget, when you put the 2 cylinder halves together, seam on top, seam underneath. Everything is just screaming seam lines. Now, I didn't get much flash or ejector pin marks. That were a bit of a bonus, because that would have really pissed me off if it had been full of that and I'd have been sanding down for ages. It could have quite easily ended up on shelf of dome. Not that I've got one of them, because I'm a firm believer that, you know, if you've bought a kit, see it through, what you like. If you got a shelf of dome, can't believe that. Definitely not. If you've bought a kit, you know, see it through. If you're halfway through and you do get fed up of it, yeah, put it to one side. But shelf of dome, that's just piss poor management, in my opinion. Get it seen through. All right. Otherwise, you know, read reviews on it or watch videos on it before you start splashing your cash out. It's generally a good fitting kit. The wings come in together all right. The engines go on the side together. Apart from that butt fit again on the nose to the fuselage section, it was all right. There were a slight step, and again, it's one of them. It's when you're putting two cylinder halves together, you've got to try and marry it up in the middle, otherwise you're going to end up with a step either at top or at bottom. So you've got to do it right. Okay. Once you've chucked your really poor armament underneath, which in this particular case is the free fall bombs, you know, hit and miss where we're going. I think obviously, I mean, it served a purpose, didn't it? I'm sort of rambling now. It served a purpose. In 1960, the world was a completely different place, and it holds, I think it's 16. 2, 4, 6, yeah, it's 16. It holds 16 free fall 500-pound bombs. And in its day, in the 60s, when the world was a different place, you can see the minds at, you know, both ends of the spectrum, the Americas and the Soviets, the Russians, are saying, we've got to destroy that country respectively as much as we possibly can, as much damage as we've got to put down, as much damage as we can. But again, to send this aircraft all the way over there, and they didn't have a sat-nav, did they? I think they used AA roadmap. To send this bird all the way over there with 16 free fall bombs that it's going to release from however many 1,000 feet up, you are basically, you know, you're sort of dartboarding it, aren't you? And you're hoping that you get something close. Not only that, you're hoping that it actually makes it again when you're up against fighters like Phantoms that are built to take this kind of bird down as quickly and as effectively as possible. It's you are clutching at straws. I mean, we all know that it's not like that anymore. Submarines take this sort of bomber out now. As far as condensed warfare is concerned, things like your stealth bomber that have got precision armament, don't forget this is 1960, okay? And they did what they could, I suppose. So I went with aluminium bird, Russian bird. I had a couple of comments on my previous video saying, well, I had one actually saying, put the dragon on, and I did, because the camo version, again, when you look at camo version, and you're looking at that colour, which was, let me just have a look here, G, was it G and F? It was G and F. Right, well, G, wasn't it? 50% grey, green, silk matte, 33% Lufthansa yellow, and 17% olive green. Harry Potter can't cook that up, could he? I mean, 33%. How much paint are you tipping in here? And how do you know it's 33%? And it absolutely bombed my tits, that. And I thought, there's no way on God's earth I can come up with that colour. So it's going aluminium silver. So that's what I did it. Okay. Big old lady, brittle undercarriage, not steady on her feet, boring office, seam lines everywhere, butt fit, bland. To say it was supposed to be a supersonic bomber, massive weight, 92 tons, to get airborne and then supposedly be supersonic when you're up against fighters that certainly are and are absolutely going to wipe your ass off this planet, you can see it just weren't ever going to work. But I suppose in the day, that's all they knew. Can I correct the kit? Yeah, lower price by 50%. Office, can't correct that, it just is what it is. Brittle undercarriage, could have done with some metal undercarriage just to get a little bit more firm. The marrying locations for undercarriage into the actual body could have done with being a whole lot better. The engines went on alright, but that were two massive locating lugs. That's about it really. I don't think it's can I correct the kit. I think it's more with this particular kit. I think it's what I want to. The answer is no. Okay. If you've got it in your stash and you fancy a quick build, 3 or 4 days, steady away, fill your boots, and it'll turn out something like a TU-22B blinder. That's how it'll turn out. That's what it is. As far as enhancement, making it something, it's trying to get it to look like something that it's not. I think you'd toe it. All right, I know there's some fantastic models out there that are fantastic with weathering and all sorts of shit. But at the end of the day, how much time do you want to put into a project like this when you've got level 5 tornadoes that are 25 quid? Okay. That'll do for that post-build review. It's, what would I score it out of 10? Let me just have a look over at my cabinets. I'd score it a 1 out of 10. All right, it's a 1 out of 10. If you've got it and you've got it in your stash, you can build it in 3 or 4 days, like I said. If you're expecting anything other than a quick build with some seams to sand down, no. All right. Shit review, I know, but a very bland and boring kit. Okay. No idea what's next. I'll just have to wait and see. That'll do for now. Cheers.